It is that time again. Everybody hurry on in, pick your spot on the sandbar. Let's go ahead and get this started. Welcome back, guys. It is your boy Broncos Guru, and it is this week's episode of Boating News of the Week. Our first boater is going to show us what it's like when you're in a rush to hit that ramp for the first time of the year. Unfortunately, this is how this ended and my man did not make it to the ramp. Apparently, he was driving a stolen SUV and when police encountered him, he decided he was going to lead them on a high-speed chase while towing a boat. In the end, these Tacoma police officers kept chasing him and he winds up crashing into a tree. He does finally get charged with a DUI, driving a stolen vehicle, and they can't figure out whose boat it is. Our next story has a tragic lesson behind it. Usually these stories I try to avoid because I don't like it when people get hurt. But the lesson is so valuable here that I actually did have to bring this one up. This is the scene at the North Sanish Marina up in British Columbia, where a 50-year-old gentleman and his mother were going out for a nice Mother's Day cruise. They untied the boat, went over to the fuel dock, and filled the boat up with gas, but did not turn the blower on before leaving. And this is the scene that happened. The boat exploded and also caught the fuel dock on fire as well. I just wanted to bring this story to light just as a reminder to everybody out there, before you leave the fuel dock or when you're done fueling your boat, always make sure to open an engine compartment hatch if you have the ability and go ahead and turn that blower on and let it get all the fumes out of the vessel. And it also should always be a part of your pre-check to ensure that that blower is working. Don't assume just because you hit the blower switch that it actually turned on. Our next story is going to show us what it's like when you plan a family fun river rafting day, but it turns into one of the adventure river rafting rides. Here we're going to see Birmingham, Alabama, police officers taking off to go look for a family who has gotten lost while out enjoying a day of rafting on the Cahaba River. Once it was noticed these people were gone, a full search and rescue mission was launched. Firefighters were in the woods looking for them, and this helicopter was able to locate them. They were able to shine the light down from the helicopter onto the family, while fire crews on foot were able to use that light as a beacon to find the family and eventually get them back to safety. Rescue crews did say that this family was able to aid in their own rescue as they came out prepared. They actually had flashlights and air horns with them, making the rescuers' jobs of finding their location a whole lot easier. Our next boating news is going to show us what it's like when you get caught red-handed. When I say this did not actually make national news, but this footage right here came off of my vessel this past week. When we were out, we noticed several sailboats that had actually crashed either into rocks or beached themselves severely, so I asked one of my crew members to go ahead and take some images of one of the sailboats as we came back by. And it just so happened, as we were coming back by the sailboat, we caught these jet skiers breaking onto the sailboat. At first I thought maybe it could have been the original sailboat owner coming back, but the complete look of panic in their eyes when they noticed they were being videotaped gave it away. Sometimes people are just lucky and they wind up in the right place at the right time, kind of like this off-duty Neptune Beach police officer who was off fishing near Jacksonville when all of a sudden over his radio he heard a mayday call come through. He heard the Coast Guard run the coordinates back and it sounded close to his position. He couldn't quite make it out, so he called the Coast Guard and found out these boaters were only 1.5 miles away from his location. He was able to quickly get over there and rescue these 3 boaters out of the water. These boaters got really lucky that there was somebody that close who was that attentive that they were able to be found and rescued very quickly. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Boating News of the Week. If you ever see anything crazy happening out on your waterways or anything newsworthy, be sure to hit me up on Facebook or Instagram and let me know there, and maybe your story will make it over here. Kind of like Hugh Smith, Adam Coolidge, and Aaron B424 did for this week's episode. And if you haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on that subscribe button. If not, I'm coming to steal your drain plug.